We'll first get you the visuals of the Chandni Chowk candidate of the Bharatiya Janata Party, Harshvardhan, there casting his vote. He has just reached the polling center. In fact, he's inside the polling center. He'll be coming out and speaking to the media. He in fact told the media that he will come out and speak. This is a non-stop Headlines Today special broadcast that we are getting you. Of course, that's Harshvardhan and his wife and also family members who are in fact going to cast their vote. Let's quickly get in an update from Ashish Maharshi joining us from Krishna Nagar, the residence of Harshvardhan. Now, Ashish, it's a very, very crucial assembly constituency, a Lok Sabha constituency, sorry. Just take us through what really is the plan for the Bharatiya Janata Party. I mean, in 2009, it was a 7-on-7 for the Congress party. What is the realistic chance that the BJP looks at a clean sweep in 2014? Well,
Sanket, if you see, BJP has been asking for vote only and only on Modi. And if you see the candidate from East Delhi, Mahesh Giri, he's an outsider. You know, he has been working in this area for around a year or so with some NGOs. And he's a disciple of Shri Ravi Shankar. But on the other hand, if you see, he's going to face a stiff challenge from Sandeep Dixit. You know, if you remember, there was a euphoria against corruption when Aam Aadmi Party was there in last, assembly elections in Delhi. But at the same time, if you see that euphoria has died down, the issue still remains of corruption. But Sandeep Dixit, as of now, the people of East Delhi have got very little to complain against, because if you see that as far as the connectivity of East Delhi goes with other parts of Delhi, they have done quite well. The roads are in place, the metro is in place, everything, even as far as water, electricity, these things, all things, the promises that he made are in place. But the only thing which goes against him is that he is son of the ex-chief minister Sheila Dikshit, where she lost miserably against Arvind Kejriwal. And the third candidate, Raj Mohan Gandhi from Aam Aadmi Party, that is a very, very crucial candidate for the reason because he might cut on votes of BJP as well as Congress.
Absolutely, Ashish, I'm sorry to cut you short. In fact, we are getting visuals right now of Yogendra Yadav. Remember, he's the Aam Aadmi candidate from Gurgaon. All right, Tavleen, you heard the reaction of Yogendra Yadav. He seems pretty excited about the Gurgaon contest, also because it means a lot for the Haryana prospects of the Aam Aadmi Party.
Yeah, but two things. Did you notice that he talked only about his own feelings? He didn't tell us at all what he saw in terms of the deprivation of the people, which I find very disappointing because he's supposed to be an Aam Aadmi guy. The other thing that's interesting is that he virtually admitted that in Delhi they're not going to do well and that they're going to do well in Haryana, which would put off a lot of people who might think of voting.
No. He actually said that you could have this debate whether we have done well or not.
He said,
Delhi, because there is a perspective.
Hamari karishma kam hui hai, he said.
No, he said from what I understand is that he says that you could perhaps debate this point whether our karishma has come down or not in Delhi in relative terms because we have ruled Delhi. That was the context in which that statement was made.
Okay, but even then, there are lots of people in Delhi at the moment who might be thinking of voting for the Aam Aadmi Party, who might think that maybe not. So I think that, you know, it's actually a sweet thing to say, but it shows that he's new to politics.
Absolutely. Let's quickly listen to Ashish Khaitan. He's the New Delhi constituency.
लाइन में कोई खड़ा नहीं होना चाहता है, लेकिन ठीक है, ये एक चीज़ दिखाता है कि जनता के अंदर खुद पेशेंस नहीं है, सही काम करने आए लेकिन गलत लाइन से जाना चाहते हैं।
आपको लगता है कि इस बार बदलाव की वोटिंग होगी?
बदलाव की वोटिंग होगी।
क्या अपील करेंगे जो पहली मर्तबा वोट करने जा रहे हैं?
जो पहली मर्तबा वोट करने जा रहे हैं उन्होंने सिर्फ कांग्रेस का कुशासन देखा है। 10 साल से कांग्रेस केंद्र में है, 15 साल से कांग्रेस दिल्ली में थी, तो जो पहली बार वोट करने जा रहे हैं उन्होंने कांग्रेस के अलावा किसी और पार्टी को दिल्ली राज्य में और केंद्र में सत्ता में नहीं देखा है। तो उन्होंने जो देखा है उसके आधार पर वो वोट करेंगे।
ऑप्शन खुले हैं उनके लिए।
पहली बार दिल्ली में एक विकल्प है, वरना दिल्ली में विकल्प 2 ही थे, कांग्रेस या बीजेपी। पहली बार दिल्ली में जनता के सामने एक ईमानदार विकल्प है।
Mr. Vishwanathan, you actually heard there Ashish Khaitan, also another representative of the Aam Aadmi Party, Yogendra Yadav, about which we were talking. What do you think is going on inside the Aam Aadmi Party's, you know, the war room? What do you think would their strategy be? Because in relative terms, perhaps are they realizing that they failed the people of Delhi and they have a huge burden on their shoulders?
No, I think it's
Let's first look at the very idea of elections. It's a great equalizer. A cephalogist standing for elections adds the right touch of playfulness to the thing. But you can see to a certain extent, here's the political science saying, I didn't know there was so much to learn about the political. There's a sense of humility. There's also a sense of limits. They feel that they've taken on something big and they haven't understood it fully. So there's even a coyness about the way they talk, which I find interesting in terms of body language. But I think beyond that, I think they know to a certain extent they've made mistakes. The question is, will they have to pay for the mistakes immediately? Or would we have a more tolerant election?
Well, they've always accepted that they are, entrants.
Yeah, I know. But the very fact that they're entrants means there's this period of time here. Of course they're new. They're tentative. They're not stalwarts. They're not commemorative stamps like some of the Congress people are. But I think deeply and fundamentally, there's a tentativeness. Because I think they're discovering politics as much as politics is discovering them. I think that's what makes them interesting.
Okay, Tavleen,
in terms of victory and defeat, I think they're quite coy about it right now. I think they seem puzzled.
Tavleen, before I come across to you asking this question, whether people of Delhi will forgive them. I mean, is politics or the politics of this country a sort of an experiment ground? That you can easily experiment. You can say that I'm a new entrant and, that is why you must let go of me. Will that argument for the Aam Aadmi Party work or not? We'll come across on that point in just a short moment. But my colleague Sanjana now joins us and gets us details of the important leaders fighting from Delhi.
A look now at the big wigs in the capital. Congress Minister Kapil Sibal, former Minister Ajay Maken, Delhi BJP President Harsh Vardhan and Sandeep Dixit, son of former Delhi Chief Minister Sheila Dixit, and BJP's Meenakshi Lekhi and Ashutosh of the AAP are the key players of the capital.
All right, let's quickly go on the ground where our reporters are in fact joining us. Shiv Arur now joins us from Chandni Chowk. Now Shiv, it's a very, very keen contest there in Chandni Chowk, isn't it?
It's perhaps the most high-profile contest, Sanket. You've got a two-term MP, a heavyweight like Kapil Sibal, who's been under a concerted attack from both the BJP as well as the, quote-unquote, the additional option, the Aam Aadmi Party, who's fielded Ashutosh here. Both of who've taken a very, very strong stance against alleged corruption, made use of the anti-Congress wave, and also, sort of mounted their own very high-profile sort of road-based campaign in what is easily one of the oldest parts of Delhi, which hasn't seen very much development for many, many years. Now, ironically, Kapil Sibal's motto this election here has been Aapka Sibal. You've got Dr. Harshvardhan's motto being, Bhaga Bhaga Sibal, Aya Aya Doctor. It's a very personality-based, sort of campaign that all three individuals in this fight, this triangular fight for Chandni Chowk, have actually mounted. And like our reporters were mentioning earlier, Sanket, Dr. Harshvardhan's fight has been, largely based on not just his local work, but also, looking to make use of the Modi wave. In fact, just a few days ago before, those advertisements, were barred, advertisements in newspapers and posters actually had big pictures of Modi, even here in Chandni Chowk, which actually called upon voters to say, if you're voting for Dr. Harshvardhan, you're actually voting for me. And this applied to all of the, 7 candidates from the BJP going into the stakes today for the vote. So it's going to be really interesting to see. Ashutosh has mounted an extremely interesting campaign against Kapil Sibal here. He's had a roadshow where he's had Arvind Kejriwal and other senior leaders. They're talking about how Chandni Chowk actually understands, what the pulse of the people here in Chandni Chowk. The only real option that, believes they can, provide what Chandni Chowk really needs. It's a constituency that has remained largely the same, both visibly and infrastructurally for decades together. So it's going to be a really, really interesting fight to see.
Absolutely. Shiv Arur there from Chandni Chowk. Let's also get in a quick word from Ankit Tyagi, who joins us from Tilak Marg. Ankit, what's exactly about to happen there?
Well, this is the polling booth AC40 at Tilak Marg, where Arvind Kejriwal, the former Chief Minister of Delhi, will be in fact exercising his franchise at 10 a.m. But more than that, Sanket, this is a very important constituency. New Delhi constituency was the stronghold of the Aam Aadmi Party in the last assembly election. 7 out of the 10 assembly seats are with the Aam Aadmi Party. But it's an interesting three-corner contest between Ajay Maken, the media in charge of the Congress party. He's in a very strong position as far as what the pulse or the buzz on the ground is. Challenging him from the BJP is the firebrand of that party, Meenakshi Lekhi. She, of course, her entire campaign has been around Narendra Modi. That has been the hallmark of all the campaigns as far as the entire country is concerned for the BJP. And from the Aam Aadmi Party is journalist and politician Ashish Khaitan. He was a surprise move as far as the Aam Aadmi Party is concerned. Many also going ahead and saying probably there could have been another famous face from the party which could have had a chance from here. But even having said that, this still remains a stronghold of the Aam Aadmi Party. People overwhelmingly voted for the party in the assembly election. And also, this is the New Delhi constituency. Assembly constituency is the place where Arvind Kejriwal, in that surprise defeat, he was the giant killer, defeated Sheila Dikshit, the former Chief Minister, by more than 25,000 votes. So all eyes will be on this constituency. 10 a.m. is when Arvind Kejriwal is going to come here. And now the people have started coming out and voting. We still are yet to witness any massive lines and queues outside the polling stations. But yes, Aam Aadmi Party, every vote that goes here, all of them would be waiting, because this also would send a signal as far as the future of the party is concerned.
All right, Ankit Tyagi getting us all the latest. And before we quickly go across to Gaurav Sawant joining us from Ghaziabad, let's also quickly take a look at this ground report that our correspondent Pankaj Upadhyay has sent from Muzaffarnagar.
The critical constituency of Muzaffarnagar goes to polls today. Elaborate security arrangements have been put into place to ensure peace and security all around. Of the 20 villages that have been marked, 625 have been declared as critical, whereas 500 have been declared in the second critical state. At the same time, security measures have been taken for all the villages. This time round, villages have been divided into clusters, and each cluster has unidentified number of villages, and each cluster is going to have 100 paramilitary personnel in them. 5 companies of the Central Paramilitary Force have been put into place. At the same time, 5,000 personnel of the State Reserve Police Force along with 10,000 police constable will be working to ensure safe polls. At the same time, CCTV cameras have been put at every polling booth. And the biggest surprise this time for Muzaffarnagar constituency is that confidence slips have been given to all the villagers which has emergency numbers in it, just in case some unscrupulous element or some goons of political parties try to pressurize the villagers. Now, fiery statements have already come out by prominent leaders of big parties that have already added to the tension of these police people. With camera person Shakil Ahmed, this is Pankaj Upadhyay in Police Line, Muzaffarnagar for Headlines Today.